Damn it. More worms. So I guess the fights are just, you know, on the all the dragons are outside the cave instead of being in the cave. Makes sense, I guess. I forgot to look for a memory option. I'll do it after this. Okay, let's see if there's any other questions on this one. Nope. Okay, next one. Games and Music for the Win asked, name your favorite or several Final Fantasy songs. Oh man, did I answer something like this before too? I feel like I did. Or maybe I just talked about it without actually anyone asking about it. But there's so many, it's really hard to pick. Really hard. I mean, you know, I have certain ones that really resonate with me, like Red 13's theme, well, more like the Cosmo Canyon theme. Because there's Cosmo Canyon theme and then Red 13 theme that are both different. Man, there's just so many. The Final Fantasy IX battle theme. Battle on the Big Bridge. Costa del Sol's theme. So many. I mean, almost everything I'm like thinking of, every song I think of is just like absolute masterpiece. I just love Final Fantasy music, man. Even this game has some pretty good music. I really, really like the airship theme, the theme that plays when you're on the airship. Is this Bahamut? This looks like Bahamut. This looks like it's going to Bahamut. This looks like it's going to Bahamut. This might be Bahamut. I think it's Bahamut. I think this was Bahamut. I think this is Bahamut. This looks like Bahamut. Is this Bahamut? Oh, this is Bahamut. This is definitely Bahamut. That's Bahamut. You are in the presence of Bahamut, the great king of dragons. Bahamut tests every drop of courage you may have. Before that. Nope, that's not what I meant. Yeah, memory. There we go. Okay. That'll help out. What's up, Bahamut? It has been eons since true heroes have approached me. We're true heroes. Well done. That rat's tail is proof of your valor and strength. Now, warriors, step forward to accept titles more worthy of heroes. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Everyone's getting shiny. Everybody's getting shiny. Oh. Whoa. Oh, we look badass. Yeah. Bless the crystals. Dude, check us out. Mike looks freaking badass. Death is a freaking ninja now. I mean, that happened. The white wizard looks really cool, but the black wizard, look at that black wizard, man. That black wizard looks so cool. Okay, so what exactly did that change? Like, I mean, like what's different with Death now? He can equip more stuff. He can equip the Ice Brand now. And shields now that don't suck. And he can equip helmets now. And steel plate now. And mithril gloves now. You can actually equip gauntlets, but that'd be kind of silly. Okay, what about you? Can you equip? Not really. You can't equip anything new. You can take that silver armlet though. You're the same. But they got new spells. Like, they can learn new spells now. So that's fine. You could already equip everything, so whatever. It's like, wait. I mean, I understand that the wizards got new spells, and the ninja can equip more stuff now. What did the knight get? Like, did anything change with him? Does he just have better stats now? I don't know. He looks freaking cool, though. He looks like he's got a horn on his head. He has a horn. He has become one with his inner rhino. Let me look up another question here while I'm in this really long hallway. Have you seen any gameplay trailers for the Final Fantasy VII Remake? If yes, do you like the direction they took with it? Alright, so I guess I have to talk about the Final Fantasy VII Remake now. I made a video a little while ago called 7 Things I Want and Don't Want in the new Final Fantasy VII Remake. Can I not land here? I swear I landed here before. Like, I swear I did. I remember landing here. Okay, I have to land in the corner. I don't know what the fuck is up with that. Yeah, there were no fights down here at all. I could have just come down here before. Long ago, the northern lands flourished with beautiful temples and immense mechanical castles. That's great. You got any gil for me? Because I need gil. The Cardian dragons are creatures of peace. We do not kill needlessly. Thanks. Cottage. 500 gil. How strange. Humans in the realm of dragons. If you have the courage, present yourselves before our King Muhammad. Yeah. 10 gil. Oh boy. Thanks. Thanks for that. Alright. Well, that was a lot less expansive than I thought it would be. I've already gone through all of them and done everything. Yay. Oh wait, I forgot this one. So I made a video about the remake, but that was back before the gameplay trailers came out. That was just when they announced it. So I saw the gameplay trailers and I've heard some more about it. And I still stick by what I said in my video. I said that you're not frightened of me. Well, now I call that brave. I said that we need to take this game as its own kind of animal. You know, we can't take it as like the next Final Fantasy VII because it's just not. People are thinking it was supposed to be like Final Fantasy VII but with better graphics. And that's just not what it's going to be at all. It's going to be its own crazy thing, you know? Hold on a second. Do I have enough money yet? No, I need to get 10 grand somehow. I'm not really sure where I should get it from either. Because there's no fights in the Dragon Cave. Maybe I'll go back. And those stupid Beretta things don't seem to give me any money. I wonder if I could land... Where am I at? Where's this? What continent is this? Okay, there's that. Where's the volcano? Is this the volcano? No, that's the ice cave. Where? There's the volcano. Can I land by the volcano? Okay. I'm gonna use a cottage. I'm just sleeping at the base of a volcano. Don't mind me. Yeah, I could have just gone to an inn, but I didn't feel like flying all the way to an inn, so just gonna do that. And then we're gonna go to the volcano and we're gonna grind 10,000 gil so we can buy that fairy thing. So it's a perfect time to talk about the remake because I'm just gonna be grinding. So everyone was saying, everyone's really upset because the fighting style isn't turn-based. That's like one of the big things. Hold on, I'm looking to see if my new characters do anything cool. Holy cow, Death's hitting for 2. That's one new thing. Looks like they just do more damage. I still don't get like what Death has over Mike. Like what is there that Death can do that Mike can't? Nothing. He's just a weaker version. And I mean, maybe he's got like super speed, but speed doesn't do much in this game. It doesn't seem, except maybe like dodging. So maybe he dodges more, but that's really about it. This might have been a bad place to grind just because of the lava. This is my problem, okay, with the new fighting system. Everyone's mad because it's not turn-based. But I like I said, it's a new game, so I didn't think, you know, it's not the end of the world that it's not turn-based, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But my problem with it is that the reason they're making it non-turn-based is because Square Enix said that turn-based RPGs are... What the hell? Oh, that's great. Thanks. Thanks, Pyrolisks. I appreciate that. You sons of bitches. They said that turn-based RPGs are old. Like, they're out of date. And I don't understand that. I've had several people talk to me about this. Oh, man. Really? Really, this is happening? Like, what the fuck? Good thing I saved, I guess. Please stop. Are you serious? Wow. See, you know, sorry, I'm going off topic, but tell me that I'm underleveled now, like it matters. You know? Like, what does it matter? That volcano I did way long ago. I am way over-leveled for that volcano, and yet I still died because of the stupid auto-death shit. You can't tell me the ice cave would have been easier because of that shit right there. That's the reason. You know? You can't tell me, oh, you're underleveled, just go grind and then you'll be fine. No, because I just got killed in this volcano that's like way under my level. It's fucking stupid. Anyways, so I've argued with people like crazy because I don't understand how Square Enix could say that turn-based RPGs are outdated. I don't understand that, and I will never understand that. Why? Why is it outdated? I don't get it. I don't understand. Are you trying to tell me that gamers today are so into like action and adventure and games that aren't Final Fantasy that you have to make everything action to keep their attention? Bullshit. Bullshit. And I'll tell you for many different reasons why. First off, the biggest demographic of gamers isn't younger kids. It's my age, 20-ish, like early 20s, is the biggest demographic of gamers. And people in their early 20s are looking for old RPGs and stuff to play, the turn-based RPGs, because that's what they grew up with. So that's one reason why it's wrong. And I can prove it because, like, when speedrunners run RPGs or stuff, or they have like the marathons and they play turn-based RPGs, those ones get more views than like the Halo speedruns because everyone's reminiscing on the old awesome RPGs of their time. So you can't tell me that making it an action RPG is going to attract more gamers, because it's not. Okay, that's the first reason. Second reason, people still play these old turn-based RPGs. Like I just said, the speedrunners and stuff, but not just that. I just recently played Legend of Legaia and I loved it. People are still playing turn-based RPGs and loving them, and a lot of people are wishing there was more new turn-based RPGs. And that leads me to my third point. There are still turn-based RPGs that are doing well in the market. The freaking even Square Enix worked with I can't remember the name of the company, but one of the mobile companies to make Final Fantasy Record Keeper. And it's a mobile game, and it's a turn-based RPG, and it's a really popular mobile game. And Square Enix was part of that. So how they look at that and they don't think, oh, well, this worked, I don't know. I don't understand where they're getting their... I don't get it. But apparently they forgot about that. So I don't understand that at all. No part of me understands why they would think that turn-based RPGs are out of style. Because they aren't. There's just as many of them as there ever was. I mean, not being made currently, but they're still circulating around just as much as they ever were. People are still playing them. People are still enjoying them. People are still wishing there was more of them. So, I don't understand that at all. At all. Not even a little bit. But what even is more retarded about the fact that the Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be an action RPG is that who's the target audience of the Final Fantasy VII Remake? Because from their trailer and everything they've said about it out to the public, the target audience is the people who played Final Fantasy VII when they were younger. That is the target audience. But from Square Enix, that is what Square Enix is saying. Because everything they put out, they're like, we hope that it will live up to the old game and the people that played the old game. And we want it to be a good experience for those who have played the game for so long, yada yada. And the trailer had the text that was like, there was a long overdue promise and blah blah blah. So you're telling me that the target audience are the 20-year-olds that played Final Fantasy when they were growing up. Why is it an action RPG then? If the target audience is the people who grew up with turn-based RPGs and loved them, why is it an action RPG? That makes no sense to me. If they came out and they said the target audience are those that missed out on Final Fantasy VII, those people who didn't grow up with Final Fantasy VII, but they still want to learn the story, this is the game for them, then I would completely understand why it's an action RPG. I would totally understand it. That would be perfectly fine. That makes perfect sense, because kids growing up now didn't grow up with turn-based RPGs, and although a lot of them still like them, I would make that argument. You could make an argument to me saying that more kids would play the action RPG version, and I would believe you. Like, that makes sense to me. Even though there are some younger kids that like turn-based RPGs, most of them like action games more. So that would make sense. But that's not their target audience. That's not what they said. They said that they were going to make it for all those people that played the original. So why wouldn't you make it a turn-based RPG? That makes no sense. The only thing that I can think as to why they did it is to save time. And they're just lying. And they came out and said that's why we did it, because turn-based RPGs are out of style. But maybe they just lied. Maybe they didn't have time to make it a turn-based RPG, because turn-based RPGs take a lot more work, I think. I mean, I don't know, I'm not a game developer, but I would imagine with an action RPG, all you have to do is come up with a couple enemies, throw them into a little ring, and make walls so the character can't get out, and you're good to go. Whereas a turn-based RPG, you have to work with a lot of different numbers and make a lot more enemies, because turn-based RPGs are very boring if there's only like 8 different enemies. But you can make a action RPG that's fun with only 8 different enemies. That's how God of War works, and a lot of other action games work, is that you have, like Destiny, even though it's not an action RPG, well, it is kind of an action RPG, but that's a first-person shooter, but you get my point. Like, with a game that's not a turn-based RPG, it is very easy just to take 6 different enemies change their color scheme and make them stronger as the game progresses, and you're good to go. Whereas with a turn-based RPG, you have to have a lot more enemies for the most part. You have to have a lot more enemies, and the game has to be a lot longer for it to work right. So I think they just didn't have enough time to do it, and that they're just lying, because that's the only explanation that I got. Nothing else makes sense to me as to why they would do that. So that's my thought on it. Is it going to ruin the game? No. It could still be fun. But I think it's a really dumb decision. And I think that they will have a lot of backlash, which they already have. And I don't think they're going to be making the perfect game that we want. But I think it could still be fun. I'm not saying it's absolute garbage and you shouldn't buy it. I'm just saying that was a dumb idea. So that's part one. Part two is that they're going to be splitting the game into parts. And I gotta say, I don't blame them, but it really irks me that they are. I mean, like, really irks me that they're making it into. If you haven't heard, what it's gonna be episodes. It's gonna be like Walking Dead, the Telltale game series, where it's like episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. So I read something, and I don't know how credible this source is, but because I just read it in passing, but I read something like the first episode is gonna be up until actually, I forget what the first episode was. The first episode was a small part. The second episode was until Ares dies, and then the third episode was going to be the rest of the game. So I guess, yeah. So that's how they're doing it, and it's hard for me to explain why it irks me, but it does. It makes me feel like this whole thing is like an empty promise. What I mean by that is, like, they came out and they said it was a big surprise. They're like, oh, it's here it is, we're doing the remake, and everyone's like, oh my god. But now they're saying they're going to do it episodic. So my guess is that they did it to make a big splash at E3, and then they realized, you know, they probably knew when they did it, like, we don't have enough time to make this entire game right now. We got to make frickin' Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15 and the 17,000 other games that we have going. So they can only get the first part of it done. And honestly, I'll be very surprised if they even get that done in the time span that they're saying they're going to, because they said it's supposed to come out next year, I think. And I'd be very surprised if they make their deadline. And if they do, you know, it's going to be episode 1. It's not going to be the whole game. So that's one reason why it's annoying. The other reason why it's annoying is because in my video I made about it, I said if they ruin this game with DLC, I'm going to be very upset. And it already sounds like they're going to. Like, if it's episodic, it just sounds like they're going to ruin it, you know? They're going to make it either too much money, like $30 or $40 an episode, so by the time you're done, you're $100 deep. Or, you know, make it $20 an episode, but then it's not going to be worth it, you know? Like, I find it hard to believe that they could get away with pinning it as $20 and we would feel like it was worth it. It was worth $20, you know? So, I don't know. It sounds really upsetting that it's going to be episodic. And again, this doesn't ruin it. They could still make a perfectly good episodic game, but it just worries me that it is, because it sounds like it's going to be bad. It just, everything that I've heard makes it sound like bad things are happening. So I'm not getting my hopes up. But having said that, I still think I'm going to enjoy the game. You know, just for the pure face value that it's Final Fantasy VII and I get to relive the story again. The only thing that could really ruin, like, just absolutely, I never want to touch this game again, is if they screwed around with the story too much. You know, that's their only saving grace. They could make an absolute garbage game, but if it's got good graphics and the same story somewhat, it could still be really great. You know? So we'll have to see. But if the game is garbage and it's not that much fun to play and it's nothing like the original games, but it's got the story and it's got good graphics, I'll probably still enjoy it, to be honest. Just because it's another way to experience Final Fantasy VII, one of my favorite, well, my favorite game of all time. So I can get Warp 2 now. I might actually get it. Or is this Party Evasion? Well, I can't buy anything now. I don't know why I'm trying to buy things now, because I need to buy the fairy thing, so screw that. I'm just gonna jump in the inn. But yeah, so I'm probably still gonna enjoy it unless they screw up the story. If they screw up the story, I will literally go on YouTube and be like, no one buy this, please. Don't support their idiocracy anymore. But other than that, I have a very low... I have low expectations now, you know, and that's helping, because when it was announced, I had super expectations, and there's no way Square Enix is going to live up to everyone's expectations. There's just no way, and that's why they never made it until now. And I'm surprised that they ever decided to make it, because the expectations are so far beyond anything. And like the thing with Fallout 4 that they did so right is that they didn't take liberties. You know, they didn't try to make Fallout 4 the greatest experience ever. They just made it Fallout 3 2. You know, they took Fallout 3's engine and they're just like, we're just gonna add some shit, and everyone loves it. If they had tried to make Fallout 4 a brand new game with a brand new system and everything's better and now it's an action RPG, you know, that's a joke, but still, you know, they would have ruined it. That's what Final Fantasy needs to do, because Fallout 4 had so much hype. That's why they never made Fallout 4 until now, because there's no way they could have lived up to the expectations. But then they decided to do it and just kind of make it a better Fallout 3, and that was the best thing they could have done. If they would have done anything else, everyone probably would have hated it, because it wouldn't have lived up to their expectations that were so high that, you know, no one could have ever come close to making a game that good. So, I guess that's my thoughts. My thoughts on the new Final Fantasy Remake. And it could still be good, and I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just saying I'm worried about it. But in general, my expectations are low, and I'll probably still enjoy it for what it is. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.